Hey everyone, this is Nate coming at you with another video. We're starting to get down to the one or two last videos in the associate level series. Hopefully you've learned something up to this point. And today we're going to talk about logic and the role it plays not only in programming, but life in general. So let's just get right into it. So what is logic? Logic is the science of how to evaluate arguments and reasoning. It's not a matter of opinion. It's a science of how arguments must be formed in order to be reasonable or to get a correct answer. Furthermore, branching off of this concept of logic is the notion of critical thinking. Logic and critical thinking go hand in hand. Critical thinking is a process of evaluation which uses logic to separate truth from falsehood or reasonable from unreasonable. If you want to become a programmer, or you already happen to be a programmer, and you want to have a better understanding, you need to develop basic logic in the process of critical thinking. These are not trivial pursuits. They are essential to making good decisions. In computer science, logic is a very important concept to understand, especially when it comes to development. When you develop software, you need to create the software with the concept of having the software be effective as well as efficiently written. I can't stress that enough. Logic helps determine which individual statements, instructions, or function calls are executed within a piece of software. As a simple example, and from a high-level perspective, consider the following. You want to create a program that takes a shape based on general user input, and then it calculates that shape based on the area. And finally, outputs the results to the screen. So first and foremost, we have determined already that this program needs to have the ability to accept user input. This would most logically be the first step in our program. Next, we need to determine what shape they want to calculate. This is the step that requires a little more detailed logic per se. This might even be elementary for some of you. However, I want to show you how logic works. For this program, let's say we have a circle, a square, and a triangle. Each one of these shapes calculates the area differently than the other. Hence, we will break these up into different separate sections. As you can tell, if the shape equals a circle, we're going to have a section for that, as well as square and triangle. Within those sections, we will allow the program to do the math, the calculations, the heavy work, the bulk of the work within the program, and then allow the output to come from within those sections. So for the circle, the area is determined using the formula pi times diameter. A square is length times width, and triangle is base times height divided by 2. And as I stated before, each one of these results will end up outputting to the screen. There you go. That's logic. If it helps, and I generally use this method, try to use a piece of paper and sketch out what you would like to do. This method has never proved me wrong, and there's really absolutely nothing wrong with coming up with a game plan prior to jumping into quote unquote the deep end of the pool. And as a final note, the logic that you see on the screen is considered pseudocode. Pseudocode means it's an informal, high-level description of what a computer program or algorithm should look like. So in our instance, the first step in our program would be user input. Then the program determines if the shape equals a circle, do that specific calculation. If the shape is a square, then do that calculation. As well as if the shape equals a triangle, do that calculation. Each section gets broken up into deeper and deeper logic. Well, hopefully I didn't confuse you too much, and I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. We're definitely going to get into more logic in the future. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. It's probably the last video in my associate level series where we talk about the software development lifecycle. So thanks guys, and I'll see you in the next video.